Hello, dreamers, doers, believers, and achievers, wonderful winners, and powerful people. I'm Dwayne Shig. I am the author of Encouragements for Tough Times. Sometimes people need a breath mint and sometimes they need an encouragement. And that's what my book does. It helps people make it through the difficult times. We're going to talk about that. But more important, we've got a very special guest on this episode of Encouragements for Tough Times. She's going to talk about her toughness of times and how she made it through. We want to help we want to help you get through your tough times, be it financial, personal, because of COVID or before COVID or whatever the case may be. We want to help you get through your tough times. And so my guest today to help us is Miss Locke Marie. She's an author, she's a life coach, she's all of those things. And so we're going to talk to her today. How are you today, Sister Locke Marie?
I am great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, not
Excited.
a problem. Not a problem. I greatly appreciate you taking out the time, and I didn't have to jump through a whole lot of hoops. I only had to do jump through one secretary and give my ID and then my fingerprint. But after that, they said you could talk to me. See, they said you would talk to me after that. So I appreciate that because
No
somebody
problem.
such as yourself and Brother Q, just you don't just have anybody talking to you. I understand that, and I appreciate that. See, make me feel special and like I know what I'm doing. See, we
Yes,
want to
yes.
we want to talk to you about toughness, tough times. People have gone through tough times, and we want to help people make it through theirs. So, was 2020 a tough time for you, or where we're dealing with effects of different things that have happened? So, a particular time that was tough for you, and how did you handle that?
Well, I can, looking back now, I can say that I had to, it started before 2020.
Okay,
It's almost like I'm a believer, okay?
okay,
I believe in God. And so I really believe He prepared me for
wow,
2020 before 2020.
that's good.
When I look back now, I can say that I would not have been able to make it through had I not begun the process before. And so it kind of makes me look back at some things that I've, heard people say where you have to, what they say, when preparation meets the opportunity,
Right.
then there is success. And so in life, a lot of times we have to prepare ourselves, but we get so overwhelmed with life that we don't make any preparations.
Mm,
And so what I did, it started, and it's funny, you know how they say from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet.
right.
It truly does. It starts in the mind.
Ah.
And my mindset had to shift. I had to completely have a mindset change. And when I say that, I mean, I went from just focusing on what I see, what I saw, or the quote unquote reality of life. And I had to then change it and focus on positivity
Mm,
more. And I know people use that all the time. You got to be more positive. We have to have positive thoughts, but that's really true. But it's more than just that word. And a lot of times we get so caught up in what we think positivity is, or just saying mere words,
mhm.
but your mind, your emotions, your heart, your feelings, none of that connects with the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Wow, that's good. That's good. So 2020 didn't necessarily bring any new tough situations because, people have tough times in life before COVID, during COVID, and they're going to have some after COVID. So, it might have highlighted some for you, but if I'm reading you correctly, it didn't necessarily bring any necessarily new ones. But
It
so go ahead.
it was a transition for me.
Okay.
Twenty
Ah,
forty 24 years of my life, I was in corporate America. Okay. Every 2 weeks, I knew I had a paycheck coming in.
right, right.
Since COVID, I have transitioned out of that consistent
That's a good
income
word.
into now an entrepreneurship income, or my own businesses, me.
Okay.
And so that is a dramatic and could have been a tough time.
Okay.
But because my mindset had already
Mm.
shifted, it's a smooth transition.
So your preparation, I love what you said, you were prepared for it before it. But what would you say well, let me go this way.
Mhm.
Was there a major lesson that you learned that allowed you to make the transition so it wouldn't be as tough? Something that you could tell our listeners, our viewers. What was it for you?
Clarity.
Oh, oh,
My I have a business coach, phenomenal lady, and she drills in us. Success loves clarity. And in order to be successful in life, you must be clear. You have to have clear direction. Confused brains does not achieve goals.
wow.
And
Let
that's
me write that down. I got to write that down. I better not write it down because then I might be tempted to take it. So I'm not going to do that.
yeah.
I,
Well,
I,
I took it from her,
yeah,
so
okay, okay. So if you stole and I steal it from you, that's not really stealing from her because it wasn't yours in the beginning. So okay, let's go ahead. I'm sorry. Clarity,
we
that's good.
yes. And so that's what with changing the mindset, that's what it's I mean, that's where you get your direction. That's where you
Mhm.
get your thoughts. That's where everything starts up here.
Right.
Actions, moves, everything. And so this that it, because how when you're looking at it now, you're like, how people say, if I knew then what I know now,
Right,
kind of thing.
right, right,
Well, it was almost like a reverse. I was doing things I didn't know why I was doing it, but I was preparing myself for the now or
let
for
me
2020.
let me jump in right here because you said that twice. I, how can a person prepare for something that they don't know is coming? Or
Right.
yeah,
That was yeah.
how
Had
how
I
do you
did
do that?
I,
Well,
it's
or
it's
do you know life
unexplainable.
is? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and that's the thing. I had no idea. 20 who knew come on.
Right,
I'm 47 years old.
right,
I've never heard of this. My grandmother lived until almost her 90s. She never mentioned any type of shutdown ever,
right, right.
right? So this was not anything anyone saw coming. But I just it's like you just flow when you have clarity. It's
Mm,
your mind is clear. You can make good decisions. You follow how people say, follow your instinct, follow
right,
your intuition. That still small voice that tells you to go left instead of going right. You don't know why you're going left, everybody else going right, but you're like,
right.
no, I'm okay. It's that.
So now that we are at the time of this taping, we're in COVID, but as I said, tough times. Life didn't start with COVID. It might have
Mm-mm.
highlighted or exacerbated or whatever like that. But preparation. What would you tell someone watching? Okay, they didn't prepare for it before, whatever their tough time is, but we're in it now.
Right.
So how can they? What would you tell them from experience that they can do to prepare to deal with the toughness, whatever it
Right.
may be, financial, relational, whatever the case may be? Because tough times may be different to different people, but it's still
Right.
just as tough to them. So what would you
Exactly.
say to help them prepare now that they're in it?
Okay. I would tell them to go find one of these. Okay. A mirror. Okay. Get a mirror. And
I see.
whoever they see looking back, that's the only person their focus should be. That's the only person they need to think about, worry about, complain about, stress about, that person looking back.
So
Because,
not in a selfish way you're talking about, but just in a way of self care.
yes,
Okay.
both.
Okay. Okay.
Because self care is selfish.
Okay. Okay.
Because you have to focus on you before you can focus on anyone else.
Wow.
And
Yes.
that's the
Yes.
misconception in life. I've I've spent years doing it, so I know personally.
Right.
That started my preparation.
Okay.
Me realizing my thoughts, my mind, my words, my actions, my feelings, negative or positive, no one else has anything to do with that.
Okay.
The fact that I would use other people as excuses to feel certain ways
Wow.
or to act certain ways,
Yeah.
then yes. But when you really look at it, it all starts here. And you keep saying it, and that's brought me back to it. The mental, your mindset, your
Right.
emotional, your
Right.
feelings, the social aspect of life, your finances, your relations, physical, your body, all of that starts with you.
Ooh,
You
yes.
can't blame your mama and them, your daddy and them, your job, your husband, your wife.
Right.
That's what keeps the negative, I call it momentum or cycle going.
Right.
Once we stop and realize that everything in life starts and stops within us, then you can start on that path to preparation or just,
Even clarity.
yes,
Yes.
and
Okay.
complete clarity.
Ah, ah.
Complete, because our beliefs as people, whatever your belief is, if you believe, if I don't save this money, I'm not going to do this, or if I can't go here because whatever your a belief is, only a thought that we continue to think over and over and over.
Okay.
That's how we get beliefs. There's something that we continue to say and believe consistently, and then it becomes our belief.
So we have to be like Michael Jackson, looking at the man or woman in the mirror,
Come on now.
asking him to change his ways. Because if we don't change our ways, nothing else will change. So that's good. I like that. So preparation, but for each of us, looking at ourselves and finding out what we need to do to correct, fix, or make better, so we can
Yes.
handle
Yes.
whatever tough time we're going. So I can't build my muscles for your tough time.
No.
I have to build
And
mine for my own. Okay, okay,
well, if you're in an airplane, right?
right.
What's the first thing they tell you? If
Put
something
your
happens
put
in the
yours on
plane,
first. Right, right,
but
right.
we walking around with masks trying to cover everybody else,
Ah, oh,
and we on
I
life
gotta be
support.
helpful, but I gotta look out for people. I gotta help people. We love everybody, so I gotta
We
help them.
we on life support. We got an oxygen tank, but we trying to help. And me, would you go to a doctor if you walked in your doctor's office for your appointment and your doctor was laying up in the bed with an IV in his arm with a
No,
mask tank?
no, no. I think I'd go someplace else. But he needs to take care of himself, so I know he can take care of me.
You better say
Okay,
it.
okay, okay. I love that. I love that. So making it through our tough times. You said some good things. You talked about clarity, learning that you had to look at and take care of yourself because you're the one that's going to do it. So coming through, tough times, you're doing some great things. You're writing. I remember, yeah, because we actually met at a
Mhm.
book fair.
Yes.
You're writing, and you're also a coach. Tell us about your endeavors.
Yes, since it's funny, since COVID, like I said, I had started when I was still doing the corporate America job. I was working from home at the beginning of the COVID, and so I had a Facebook group for women, a fitness group, and so it just fell on me again. Start the group, and in my mind, I'm like, I don't have time for that, but I couldn't shake it. So I
Okay.
got the group started. I reopened it, and when I tell you from March, April of last year until maybe mid June, July, I had over 50 women who joined.
Wow.
And
Good.
then you have a big majority, but they were all getting the information because it's full of good nuggets and free information as far
Right.
as health, weight loss, all of that. But I had a handful, maybe at least a good 5 to 10 women, and there's three that stick out because I tell them they was the leaders.
Okay.
Those women came in with stories. One of them had said that her doctor had told her that she was not it was just you might as well say impossible for her to naturally lose the weight. So her next step was going to be a surgery.
Okay.
She didn't want the surgery. Well, we were divinely connected. She stuck with me. She listened. She told me, she said for the first couple of weeks, she was just, I was like Charlie Brown mama, wah, 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 wah.
Right, right, right.
But then she said when she started actually listening and putting to work to practice what I said, she started at oh, probably in the 300s.
Wow.
But within less than I don't give her 6 months. It wasn't 6 months because March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, we hadn't even got to September. It was like mid July, August. She had lost over 40 pounds.
Wow.
Then there's another lady, same thing. She lost like 30 pounds. Then you had the ones that was losing the 20 and the 10, but they were seeing results that they never thought possible, especially, at a time like this.
Right,
No gym,
right.
no membership. Because that's the first thing I tell, throw that membership out and stop going to the gym, wasting your money.
Okay, okay, okay,
So I'm a health. I believe in health. It's
okay.
from the once again, it's from the inside out.
Oh, inner health, mental health, and all of that. That's good. Are you working on, or do you have a new book? Are you working on any writing at this time?
Well, I always got something in.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. You can send me my check when we finish, okay? For that
Oh,
live I threw you.
okay. It's funny because during all of this, with all of that, I've told you that I've learned in clarity of my mind and how it's expanding me as a person, as a parent. I'm a mom. I have a 12-year-old son. I
Okay,
realize now that a lot of things we were not taught is because they did not know.
okay,
And so I believe that the more we learn, then it's up to us to instill it within ours. We keep complaining about these new generations, these kids, but who's teaching these kids? Who's
right.
raising and training these kids? So, gotta impress. One morning, I woke up and I started, which I think I have three of them already, but I started a series of, I call them affirmations for
Okay,
the young black queen. I'm working on the queens now for
okay.
young girls, and then I'm gonna do a king section session.
Why the brothers got to
Um,
be second? Why the brothers got to be last, huh?
because the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
Okay, I'll buy that.
So I have ages 4 to 6, 7 to
Okay,
9. Then I think the next one will be from like 10 to 14. So I kind of grip it, and they're affirmations and they're just simple so that, they're in the language that they can read,
right.
they're where they're at.
Okay.
Parents, I have things in there for the parents to read with them
Oh,
because we have to start instilling in them now who they are. I look back, had somebody read me these, I am an A student. I am a kind young girl. I am passionate. I am
right.
let them know who they are now. So
Okay.
they don't have to be looking and searching through life trying to figure it out.
That
What
is
they
a. I'm
what
sorry.
they say, looking for love in all the
The
wrong
wrong
places
places.
and all the
Right.
wrong faces.
So that is the word that has been permeating this conversation. Preparation. So that book would prepare them
Yes.
for life,
Yes.
for tough times as an adolescent, as a teenager, because teenagers have tough times, and
Yes.
then as an adult. So that's very good. So your
Yes.
author, those books, your coaching. How can people get in touch with you for books or for coaching, or they want you to come and speak? How do
I'm
they
on
contact you?
I'm on just about every social media platform there is now.
Okay.
They got so many of them now, from Clubhouse on up or down.
Okay.
But I have a website and it's just www.lockmarie, which is LOCKMARIE. That's one word. .com. And from there, I've been working on it. You finally get some time and get some things done. So I've added more to it, and
Okay.
also I'm on Amazon, so you can just Google. You can probably Google me and find me all. Just put
Okay.
my name in Google search, and bam, I'll pop up.
Okay. So they can get your books, they can get information about your coaching,
Yes,
and they can contact you.
yes,
Encouragements for tough times. Like Marie has helped us talking about her tough times and how she made it through preparation. changing your mind. There's an old R&B song by a guy named Tyrone Davis. Most of you people too young to know who that is, but the line of the song, the hook was, "Can I change my mind?" And so he wanted to change his mind in terms of decision, but we have to change our mind in terms of the way we think so that we can prepare ourselves to make it through tough times. That's what Lock Maria said. Get her books, contact her about her coaching if that'll fit you. Greatly appreciated. Encouragements for tough times. I wrote the book to help people make it through tough times. It's a practical book. I'm not that deep. I just want to get to the finish line. I want to help you get to the end finish line. The book has motivating messages. One's called "I Can't Sing." Oftentimes when we fall into difficulties, the first thing you do is we camp in can'tness. And so the book helps you move out of that. It also helps you in the area of understanding that you can still make it. There's a section there called "I'm Still Going to Make It," and "Courageous Confidence" is one of the chapters. So get your encouragement. As I said, sometimes people need a breath mint, sometimes they need encouragement. You can get your copy at Amazon.com. You don't have to worry. If you can't remember my name, just go to the top right corner at Amazon.com. Just put in Shigg, Shigg. You won't get confused. There's only going to be 3 other writers. There's only going to be 3 writers on there: me, my brother, my cousin. So you don't have to worry about getting lost. So get your copy of Encouragements for Tough Times and contact Miss Lock Marie for your encouragement, coaching, books, and things of that nature. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you taking out the time to be with us today and to help our audience. And tell Brother Q I say hello.
Yes, I will. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem.
Always enjoy.
Not a problem. And to our listeners, as always, want you to remember that, yes, I know times are tough, but guess what? You are too. Stay encouraged. Be blessed.